Yo, what up, though? It's time for the showdown, where we talk to you about what's going on in the NFL. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. I'm here with Big Ed and your host Wayz. And we ready to break it down, y'all. It's the showdown. Let's get ready. Yo. Once again, like I said, I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. I'm here with your boy Big Ed and Wayz. Fellas, what's going on with you?
Nothing much. Just chilling. Had a long day.
You had a long day? Yeah, I had a long day, but it wasn't a day. I was hungry, man. I went and got some chicken fingers before the show, so y'all gonna have to excuse me if I start eating. I'm starving like a motherfucker.
I can't say shit. Every single show these people see us on.
Yeah, you be chewing like a motherfucker. You know what? That's right. And you gave Houdini a 75, so fuck that.
Some Raising Cane's?
No, we don't have Raising Cane's here. I went to Happy's.
Okay.
Happy Pizza. We got a brand new Happy's Pizza over here. They be doing they shit is nice and fresh because you know it's still new, so the grease is still fresh.
It's crazy. Y'all got Happies there. Here we got Pappies.
Happies.
You know what I got here?
And Houston got Papas.
You know what I got here in bumfucks nowhere, Minnesota?
What you got?
2.5 to 3 hour drive to get some good chicken.
Damn. It should be shorter than that. Yeah.
It should be, but nope.
You should be able to find somebody that can kill one for you and get you fresh shit.
Well, I could go to St. Cloud. That's an hour drive, but that's heroin-laced chicken. I ain't really trying to fuck with it.
That's what they sell at churches. So what's on tap for us, man?
Man, so, you know, we got the Super Bowl coming up, so there's not really much to really discuss for that. We know we pretty much already discussed that going forward. So we got a lot of news that we could, not really a lot, but we got some decent news we could cover.
So before we get into that,
cheers. Oh, that Canadian hunter.
Wayz, a story crossed my mind that you didn't cover in the show rundown that you gave us.
Yeah,
but I think we should cover.
What's that?
This weekend we had the Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And Alvin Kamara played in the Pro Bowl.
Uh-huh.
And then got arrested right after.
Uh-huh. I didn't think it was newsworthy. I'll be honest.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara is fucked up.
His season's already over anyway, so
yeah, but his career might be over now.
Yeah.
He's looking at 1 to 5 because of the assault charge. So plus the automatic suspension is coming from the NFL.
That was a pretty ugly fucking story. I read the story on that. It was pretty ugly, man.
Yeah. No. I'm so damn tired of the stories like this popping up in the NFL, especially when it comes to black men, that I don't even pay any mind to it. I don't try to think too much on it because it's just.
I like to make sure. I like to talk about it because it helps people be aware. I mean, we can save it because I'm definitely planning to bring it up this weekend. But because you know what they were fighting over? Did you hear about that? What started it?
No.
So him and 3 of his friends were getting on the elevator, and there was another guy over here with some other it was some other people over there, and one of the guys over there said that allegedly called one of Alvin Kamara's boys ugly. Said it's ugly. He was ugly. This ugly motherfucker here, or whatever he said. Called him ugly.
What?
They were getting on the elevator, and as they were getting on the elevator, Alvin Kamara turned around and put his hand on the boy's chest, like pushed him off, like not you. And he knocked Alvin Kamara's hand away, and then they jumped him and beat the shit out of him, man.
Oh, damn.
Dumped him out, shit. Alvin Kamara was punching him when he was down and unconscious. This motherfucker, they fucked him up. It was a bad story, man.
Look,
that motherfucker might have lost his fucking career for that shit.
Yeah, he kind of hope he does, but still, I'm gonna make it a little lightness on this because that's my specialty. I find the light in anything fucked up and dark. But that's the type of shit I would say to my sister and my cousin just to get them to fight. Because, I've been a shit starter since day one. I used to tell them, hey, Ruby said you ugly and you bald headed. That's the type of shit, that's some kindergarten shit.
Yeah, and you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. You're fucking up a lot of money over that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So he's there's gonna be some trouble. And the Pro Bowl was trash. Stop playing the fucking game. Just don't even play the game no more. Just be done. Just get the accolades. Tell them you made the Pro Bowl, so you get the accolades. You're a Pro Bowler, and that's all. Don't even waste time with the game.
The thing that pisses me off about the Pro Bowl is two-hand touch, and this game specifically had. I'm exaggerating, but it had 36 interceptions. It makes no sense. It's a game not worth even watching. Now, the only thing about I think the Pro Bowl should be relegated down to those skills challenges because that's the most entertaining part of the entire Pro Bowl.
I agree. That's all. Because I saw them going to kick the extra point, and the defense did like this. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much effort they was putting forth. I was like, come on, man. Really? If that's all you're doing, don't even bother.
Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray out there punting the ball with their arm.
Kyler Murray's another story, huh?
Oh, yeah. We'll get to him.
Okay. All right. I'm going to stop talking.
Actually, you know what? Let's start off with Kyler Murray. So he deleted or removed the Cardinals organization, essentially, from his social media life. Yeah, there's not much else to say about it. People are reading into it. What's your guys' perspective on it?
Oh, he went out of there. he's done with Arizona. That's what I read into it.
But why though?
I have no clue. They were actually building a team around him. They gave him pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something with Coach what was his name, Kingsbury or whatever. Maybe it's something personal with him. Maybe it's something personal with the owner. But it appears that he's done with the Cardinals.
So I see it one of two ways. Half of what he said, partially what he said that he's done, and I think maybe he was offended by some of the backlash from his poor performance in the playoffs or in that last game. You know what I'm saying? That was the playoffs, right? When he stunk up the joint.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So he may have got. I'm sure he got a lot of backlash from that, and he may have been disappointed with the backlash he got from that. The other thing could be that maybe he's looking for some more money and saying, you know what, pay me, I'm out of this bitch, and I'm gonna put it out there that it's that easy for me to just say fuck y'all. I don't know. But it was kind of odd because it came out the blue, came out of nowhere. Nobody saw it coming.
He still got years on his rookie deal, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's, that's why he wants some money, because the rookie deal ain't paying shit.
All right. I'm gonna put my 2 cents in on this. Definitely not the same as what you guys are saying. To me, this is just some spontaneous, whiny millennial bullshit. You're not getting your way. You're not happy with the situation you're in. I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to only do it by social media, but I'll still show up to practice. I'll still show up to the meetings. But I ain't talking to you online anymore type shit. And I don't know if you guys have picked up on this, but every time this man has a 3 and out, you can see it on his face. He's a whiny bitch. You look at his face every time he has a 3 and out. He goes, huffs, puffs, walks off the field. He's a whiny bitch. This does not surprise me at all.
He's got Jay Cutler syndrome.
Man, no, Jay Cutler did it more manly than this. This is a toddler reaction that he has. Like this, look, I ain't trying to cut the man down. He's a hell of a quarterback. As long as he has the right system, because let's be honest, he leaves the Cardinals he might as well leave the NFL because ain't nobody else gonna be able to do anything with him. He ain't shit without that system.
I don't know about that, but um, I kind of agree with you. I think you and I kind of said the same thing. I think this is posturing to try to get something that he's not due.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, like Big Ed said, he is still under contract, so he might whine about it. Might not be happy with the money, but until you out of that contract, that's the money you got to play with.
Exactly.
And it's also the reason we can build a better team around you is because you're getting that money. So, you know, it's different now than it was back. Stafford was the last rookie quarterback to get the big money.
Yep.
Changed the rule. He was the last year they changed the rule after that year. But anyway, that's it. I don't know if it's what else is on. I don't remember what I was on the rundown, man. But
all right, well,
I don't want to say something that might be on it because somebody's name just came up, and I'm curious what y'all think about where he's going to land.
All right, well,
Russell Wilson.
Okay, we can bring that up. I have the free agency predictions. We're going to end the show with that, but I don't have Russell Wilson as one of the 5 choices on this. So if you guys are open to it, I'm down to talk about that.
He's going to be a Washington Commie next year.
I'm ever going to be a Seattle Seahawk.
I don't know. I think he wants out. I think he's ready for a fresh start.
I think he wanted out. I don't see right now what I saw last year.
Yeah.
Last year, I saw disdain. I saw Russell wants out. And right now, I just don't see that.
No.
And I don't think he's going to Washington. I thought I saw an interesting take about him, that he's not the kind of guy that can just go to a bad team and make him good.
No.
He's the kind of guy that can go to a good team and not fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's a team that's got you think of a team that's got all the pieces that they need, and you can stick him in there and he's not going to fuck it up.
Tampa, the only team on that list.
Or Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay. That with
if Aaron leaves.
And if Devontae stays. But we'll go on to that later on in the show. But I will say,
we'll hit that one up in a little bit.
Yeah. There's not many teams that I've seen that's shown any interest in Russell Wilson. I think Seattle's probably going to be where he lands next season. At least for another season. But on to the next subject here. Head coaches. Primarily minority head coaches. We got the signing for the Texans with Lovie Smith. And the Dolphins signed Logic, or his cousin Mike McDaniel, over for their head coach. How do you guys feel about those?
I feel one of two ways. I feel it's the Brian Flores effect right now taking shape. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it's a long-term effect. And that's yet to be seen. If they're just pacifying the black fan base to really fuck up Flores' case. And then once we stop crying, then we go back to business as usual. Or if we're really looking at change.
Right.
Starting to take shape. So I guess I withhold my opinion until I see how this plays out completely.
Yeah.
I'm glad Lovey's getting another chance, though.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves another chance.
And he's the first black coach to get 3 jobs.
As a head coach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about the couple years he spent in Tampa.
Mm-hmm. He's the one who hired Jameis Winston, which is the reason I wouldn't have made my head coach Lovie Smith. But that's a different story.
Well, he does have a really bad track record on quarterbacks. I mean,
Rex.
Grossman.
That was the first thing I thought of.
But he got Rex to the Super Bowl.
He did.
Exactly.
He did, because he had a defense built around him. And to be honest, that's probably the best thing for the Texans right now, is a heavily defensive-minded head coach.
Right. And then hire a great offensive mind to run the offense.
Exactly. And I know he's looking into that right now, and he's got his eyes on a few people. Personally, when it comes to Lovey, I ain't got no issue with that. He's a lot better of a coach than he's given credit for at the head coach position.
The only winning team he did have was the Bears, though.
No one cares about the Bears.
In Tampa, he went 8-24 in 2 years. And in Illinois, that was a disaster.
Yeah. When he went to Illinois, it kind of felt like a burnout. But I don't know. He has his opportunity.
I think this is an interesting thing, and it's a slightly off subject, but so I'm not going down a rabbit hole with it.
Okay.
Just to throw it out there, Houston now has a black coach in football, basketball, and baseball.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because don't they got Dusty? So Houston can't get knocked for trying to advance the cause.
Well, at least in the coaching position. We're not going to go ahead and get on the subject of players. But no, I know Lovey is looking to build a team around the young QB they have there. So the fact that he's not even a week in, he's already got plans going forward with this team is definitely good looking. The questionable thing for me is Mike McDaniel, who to me has not shown any reason as to why he should be hired as a head coach other than the fact that he may be biracial. The jury's still out on that one. I don't know. He looks like his name should be Todd.
Yeah, he doesn't look, you don't see it, but he does identify as multiracial. And I tell you, I think there's a few things that got him hired. And the racial thing is one, because that comes with compensatory picks as well. Right? The offensive scheme of the 49ers is another. It's one of the more creative offensive schemes in the league, and Shanahan gets all the credit, but then does McDaniel earn some? Does McDaniel deserve some of that credit?
Right.
And not only
the third thing is Debo. Debo makes you look good when you're an offensive coordinator. Debo being the first what is he? A wide back?
A receiver back?
No, he's an offensive player.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure he could throw blocks too.
The first
he's getting a little credit for that as well. For
baseball has a utility player. That's Debo Samuel in the NFL. He's the utility player.
Yeah.
He can play a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Put him out there on corner. But yeah, no, Debo is
but I think it was more his connections with the Shanahan family. Cause I don't know. I've been listening a lot to Skip and Shannon, and that's all Shannon can rave about the guy is he's been around since Mike Shanahan was in Denver.
Mm-hmm. But if it weren't for Shannon Sharp, he probably would have never been born.
Oh,
All right, but yeah, I don't know. I think Mike McDaniel might do well, offensively, but I do have to question whether or not he is capable of building a defense for that Miami team. Don't get me wrong; it's not like they don't have one. They just don't have a good enough one to make the playoffs yet.
The question is, can he be what they need to help develop Tua into what they expect Tua or what they need Tua to turn into?
To me, that's not even a question.
Actually, that's I heard that's one of the reasons why he did get hired is because he has plans for Tua.
To me, that's the only question. To me, that's the only question when it comes to how he got that job. I think that's the most important question.
I think he has the ability, he has the capability, in my opinion, based off of what we've seen out of his career, to make a star out of Tua, more of a star out of Tua than what he already is. The Tua's biggest issue right now is he has no protection and he has no defense to back him up.
But what are we seeing? What quarterback have we seen him develop? Garoppolo? I don't think so.
No,
that's not just your.
He taught Garoppolo how to hand the ball off really good.
Look, y'all will see next year when Trey Lance hits the field. But no, I don't know. I offensively, I think he could create schemes and a system that really benefits Tua to make him the star that he is.
Yet to be seen.
I was just gonna say it's another wait and see type situation, much like Lovey and his situation in Houston. It's a wait and see. Moving on. There's been talk about whether or not a Super Bowl win this year would solidify Matthew Stafford in the Hall of Fame. What you guys take?
Personally, I think Stafford is already a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was a Hall of Famer without this season. I think his career in Detroit would have warranted him a seat at the at least maybe not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I won't even put a maybe on that. I didn't see him as a first ballot Hall of Famer, but I could see him somewhere down the line getting in.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel the same way now.
I could have seen him about maybe a third ballot, but he wasn't getting in on the first or second. He didn't do enough for a first or second, maybe a third.
I think a Super Bowl win would definitely get him a second. First ballot, if he could repeat it next year, maybe. But this year, he wins a Super Bowl because he had an amazing defense. It really depends on his play next season. That's going to solidify where he gets in, as far as ballot wise for the Hall of Fame. I think either way, he's a sure shot into the Hall of Fame. There's no reason to not allow him in. One player I don't see making a Hall of Fame is Russell Wilson. I'm just putting that out there.
He agrees with Ryan Clark.
You don't think Russell gets in?
No.
He got a Super Bowl, been to two. He should have got two.
Mm-hmm.
Came a yard short of getting two Super Bowls. I don't know. I think Russell has a case. If Donovan is in,
that's a good point. Never mind. We might as no. Yeah, you're right. We might as well get Rex Grossman in there then. Ooh, okay. Right. But yeah, no, I think Stafford definitely has. He's definitely getting to the Hall of Fame no matter what, in my opinion. It's just a matter of when and where. Now, there's Tom Brady news. Oh, you had something? It looked like Big Ed had something to say.
Oh no, I was just gonna say something about the Super Bowl. I was gonna ask a question about the Super Bowl.
Okay.
It's just the first time in a while that we've had two number one picks as quarterbacks in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be the first time that a number one pick has made it to the Super Bowl in his first 2 years.
Yeah. Joe Burrow, yeah. It's going to be a definite historic Super Bowl. I'm hearing a lot of talk about there's only one of two people who are going to be the stars of the game. Number one being Joe Burrow, and number two being Odell. For me personally, I don't see that.
I think it's going to be Von Miller.
I don't even see that. I think it's going to be Jalen Ramsey.
What, you talking about? What was the MVP?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Dr. Dre.
Yeah, that's a solid point.
Yeah, he's going to be the production MVP.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be the MVP of the only part of the Super Bowl I watch.
Man, I can't wait for this halftime show.
It's going to be amazing. But yeah, no, I honestly believe Jalen Ramsey is going to be the star of this. I won't say he's going to be MVP. Generally, they try to put that on the shoulders of an offensive player. They rarely put it on the shoulders of a defensive player. But I think Jalen Ramsey is going to be the one that has the best game this season.
Von Miller was MVP when the Broncos went.
I can pretty much guarantee you it'll be one of these quarterbacks will get the MVP.
Absolutely. 90% of the time, it's a quarterback that gets MVP.
The winning quarterback will get it.
Yeah. But I think the person that's going to have the best game is going to be Jalen Ramsey. I think he's going to shut down Jamar Chase, to be honest with you.
And see that there lies the problem right there. They're going to worry about Jamar Chase and they're going to forget about T. Higgins.
Mm-mm.
And Tyler Boyd.
Lil Pork Chop just said the same thing.
And that fucking tight end that all of a sudden is a fucking giant killer out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's definitely
Mixon and Joe Mixon. All of that got to come into play, and all that they got some firepower, man. You try to knock down Jamar Chase, you gonna fuck up because Joe Burrow can find somebody else. He ain't no slouch.
Man,
and
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this game.
Mm-hmm.
For both of these quarterbacks to be in their first Super Bowl, you best believe the winning quarterback is getting the MVP.
Yes. Speaking of this Super Bowl, have you guys seen the postings about the Simpsons prediction of this years ago, saying that the Bengals win 34-31, I believe?
Wow. No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
But I did see the Madden predictor, which has been pretty accurate lately, and also say that the Bengals are going to win.
I say they're both wrong, and the Rams are going to win, but it remains to be seen. I know OG's feelings about this. He predicts that Dr. Dre is going to win, with the MVP more than likely being Eminem.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I see it.
But speaking of Super Bowls and MVPs, Tom Brady is back in the news. He had something to say about the possibility of a comeback, of coming out of retirement a week after announcing his retirement. He said, "You never say never."
But no, his mind has already made that decision.
Tom Brady coming back to play football.
Everyone said the same thing about Michael Jordan, bro. And you know what happened? He came back and stunk it up.
Yeah, and that's where I think is going to turn Tom off from it. Is shit. He gets to camp and starts stinking up the joint in camp. He's done.
Nope. He's got to stink it up during the regular season. He's got to stink it up in the regular season, look like shit, or get hurt, or just play like trash. Champs don't do that, man. Champs don't quit as champs.
No.
They quit when they lost it. I mean, Peyton Manning was fortunate to win that Super Bowl. But like you said, Von Miller was MVP because Peyton Manning was trash, and he knew he was playing like trash, and he knew it was time. And he was fortunate to have a team that just stepped up and said, we're going to win this one for you so you can ride off into the sunset. But champs go out like that, man. They always got more, right? They can't go out playing as well as he did and say, that's it, I'm done. Because he's not.
No.
Ali had to get beat to a fucking pulp.
Yeah.
Champs don't go out like that, man. I was waiting for a statement like this. I was waiting for it. That motherfucker ain't done, man. When they start getting time when for guys when they start getting warmed up and ramped up for the season, the itch is gonna come back, and he just gave himself an excuse to get the itch, and that motherfucker ain't going nowhere. Mm-hmm. He gonna play again. He gonna play another year.
Yeah, he's too competitive. There's no way. If he goes out, he wants to go out on a dub. He wants to go out with the Super Bowl ring, 8th. I highly doubt he's gonna stay retired. My guess is, late May, early April, is when he announces his coming out of retirement, making him officially a free agent. I have a feeling he won't go back. He won't go back to Tampa or New England.
I don't know. That'd be the only place I see him going is New England.
No.
To go back out as a Patriot.
Nope.
He wants to bring one more championship to Pittsburgh.
He's going home.
Oh yeah, San Fran.
He's going home. And he's going to show them y'all shouldn't have kept Garoppolo in the first place. That's where he wanted to go, and y'all going to pick Garoppolo over me. Let me show you what you would have had you just went with me over Garoppolo. Oh, come on, Debo. Let's win you a Super Bowl. Let's get you a ring, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I better not say that N-word either. I'll whoop Tom Brady's ass myself.
I heard that same exact sentiment from somebody else today. Fucking Skip said the same damn thing. Tom's going back to California because growing up in San Mateo, he was always a 49ers fan.
Yeah.
Joe Montana was his hero.
Yeah. Well, all I know is if he does come back, I will personally pay for any defensive player to take his ass out and force him into retirement, because I'll be damned if I see this nigga win another Super Bowl. Because if he got Debo, I'm sorry, there ain't even no point of even trying to play the rest of the season. They win. They will go undefeated in an 18-game season. No lie, I ain't trying to see that shit. Now, moving on to another coaching discussion here is Brian Flores and his lawyers had something to say about the hiring of Lovie Smith into Houston. Big Ed, it looks like you already ready for this one.
I knew as soon as Houston hired Lovie that Flores was going to say some shit like this. The only reason they did it is because I brought attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
He's not lying.
He ain't lying.
I don't know.
I know. Okay, I lived in Houston, and the Houston Texans organization is racist as fuck. They had no business firing the coach that they had. They only brought that black coach in because they thought it would pacify Deshaun Watson and make him say, okay, never mind, I'll stay and I'll play. And that didn't work. They fired him. And now there was the heat, and they were bringing in Josh McDaniels. They were bringing in a fucking high school coach.
Josh McCown.
McCown, yeah. Bringing in a high school coach. Okay, and that wasn't going to look good. That wasn't going to look good at all. Because these are the same motherfuckers that ran the best offensive lineman out of town because he called them racist. He called them out on a racist shit. Then they ran D-Hop out of town because he called them out on a racist shit. This ain't new. This ain't new.
No.
So they were bringing in a motherfucker from high school to be the head coach of an NFL team.
It actually played for Lovey.
Yeah.
And it was just too much heat, and the optics were wrong, and it was looking bad. And they said, you know what? Fuck that. Let's promote. We can't do this. Let's find. We got to find another nigga, and we got one in house. Let's go with Lovey. And that's what that was. I believe Flores is 100% correct. Now, the part of his statement where I wanted you to read the statement because not everybody heard it, but part of his statement about go ahead and read the statement and before I comment on it.
All right, let me pull it right back up here real quick.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and finish that. The part of the statement that has to do with where he's saying the only reason they didn't hire me is because of the suit. Well, I think that's a little self-serving. Maybe you wouldn't have gotten. That's not there's not a guarantee you would have been hired, but I do believe that the reason Lovey got pushed up was what was going on. Yeah. The attention that's been brought to this issue.
Here's the statement. He said, however, we would be remiss to not to mention that Mr. Flores was one of the 3 finalists for the Texans head coach position. And after a great interview and mutual interest, it is obvious that the only reason Mr. Flores was not selected was his decision to stand up against racial inequality across the NFL.
That wasn't the whole statement, though. There was something before that. Because they addressed the Lovey hiring first,
yeah,
right?
They said Mr. Flores is happy to hear that the Texans have hired a black head coach, Lovey Smith, as Mr. Flores' goal in bringing his case is to provide real opportunities for black and minority candidates to be considered for the coaching and executive positions within the NFL. And then it goes into the however.
Okay. So, yeah, that's not the only reason he wasn't hired. I'm not going to buy that. But, you know, we bring in a black coach because of the attention you brought. I'm buying that because I think they were about to bring Josh McCown up from high school. I believe wholeheartedly that's what they had planned to do. And then it just didn't look right. It didn't smell right. And it didn't feel right. Mm-hmm. And so they said, okay, wait a minute. Back up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. Say what?
I said, I can get with you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a history.
Yeah, it was in that statement he kind of lost me because I was just like, all right, cool. He's giving Lovey his props. He's what's up. But essentially what that whole thing was saying is, but I'm the reason you got that job.
Yeah, this is all because of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only is it all because of me, it was what bothers me about the statement is the only reason I don't have this job is because I'm standing up for you. Otherwise, they would have hired me. I don't know. That I can't say. No. Because, again, there's some racist motherfuckers. Right. If it wasn't. And so I think they were actually wholeheartedly going to hire Josh McCown, not Brian Flores.
But he was also passed up on a couple jobs before this even happened.
Yeah.
So, because remember, all reports were that he had a great interview coming out of Chicago. And then they didn't hire him.
But this ball had been rolling when Chicago made a hire, though.
No, the lawsuit just came out last week.
But the ball had been rolling, right? I mean, when did Chicago make a hire?
So, like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt like it was kind of the same timing, but
They hired Ryan Poles, and then right after they hired Ryan Poles, they hired Eberflus.
I mean, I think he was deserving of a position somewhere. But I get why he's not getting one now. I mean, I still think he had a case, but now, and I think what they're doing now is pacifying the black community
Mm-hmm.
and making his case look mute. Makes it look moot if all of a sudden we start hiring. Now all of a sudden we got 6 black coaches. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now it's about you.
Yep.
And I think that's what they're doing to him. And they're rich for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's one way to squash him. It's going to be hard for him to overcome that.
Man. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and show off here. We got top 5 players for free agency this off season. At least my personal top 5, I should say. I imagine you guys would agree. We have number 1, Devontae Adams. Where do you guys think he'll end up?
I'm gonna let somebody take this one first.
Oh, he's going to say Chicago. So let's go ahead and move on.
Well, no, no. The report out there right now is that Luke Getsy, the new offensive coordinator for the Bears, has reached out to Devontae Adams about coming to the Bears, and Eddie Lazard.
Okay, so every team in the NFL is going to want him, but where do you think he'll land? Is the question.
Mm-hmm.
What would make you think he would want to go to Chicago?
The quarterback and receivers coach that he's been working with for the last few years is there.
I'm going to disagree, respectfully. I don't think you give a fuck about the quarterback coach. He's a wide receiver. I think he cares more about the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to need a quarterback that's of a high caliber, somebody that can get him the ball. And I don't think he has vitriol towards Green Bay, so staying in the division is not of importance. It's about getting to where I've got a quarterback. Do I follow Aaron Rodgers, or do I go where I can get? Does he go to a Cincinnati or does he go to a San Diego?
I see him. I see if
I'm saying Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying Chargers.
That's what I'm saying as well.
I don't know if he follows Aaron Rodgers, he risks being a one quarterback receiver.
No matter.
You mean like how Gronkowski's a one quarterback tight end?
Yeah.
And how Jerry Rice was a one quarterback receiver. No, that's not going to be it. I don't think that's a risk because receivers are tied to a quarterback anyway. They're dependent upon quarterbacks regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy that. And I don't think that's a risk, even if so. Okay, so I stayed with one quarterback, but look at my numbers. Wouldn't you have stayed with this motherfucker too? Mm-hmm. So I don't think that's a risk. I don't think that works against him. But I think I can see him saying the Chargers have a hell of a quarterback. Mm-hmm. They have a very good receiver in Keenan Allen, who would be even better as my number 2 because he's not me.
Yeah. What about Las Vegas?
No.
I don't think Carr is Devontae's kind of QB.
No.
I just
takes risk in Devontae doesn't want a quarterback who's going to put him at too much risk.
I think he wants a. He needs a. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is considered the best quarterback in the NFL by many. Definitely top 2, if not the best.
Mm-hmm.
So I need somebody that's that caliber.
Mm-hmm.
And Justin Herbert is there. He's getting there. When the big dogs are gone, he's going to be considered top 3. And the only reason I'll go against Cincinnati is because they got Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
That is his number 1 guy. So who's the number 1 for Herbert? Who's the number 1 for Mahomes? Well, that's Tyreek Hill. Who's the number 1? You know what I'm saying? All the major players that's up and coming, they got their number. They got a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Herbert got Keenan Allen. I can outshine Keenan Allen. I can outshine that guy. I think that's his spot. I think that's his landing spot. Is the Chargers.
Yeah, and I agree.
If he doesn't follow Rodgers,
I think he's going to end up with the Chargers. That's the way I've been looking at this since Green Bay got knocked out. The writing was on the wall. He needs a good quarterback, but he also needs a good young quarterback that's going to have longevity. And the Justin Herbert, perfect for him.
Big Ed mad because we didn't agree with Chicago.
No.
He ain't going to play with no fucking Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Shit. What if he ends up in Buffalo?
Not a bad,
need him.
but that's not a bad spot for him either. I mean, I don't see, but with Stephon Diggs, that's the only thing. I don't know. That's not a bad spot.
No.
I could see that potentially. I could potentially see that. I could potentially see
Lil Porkchop just brought up another idea.
What about New England?
No. New England needs him.
Yeah, with Mac Jones, yeah. That's another good one.
I think Mac Jones in the next couple of years is going to prove himself to be a flop.
Lil Porkchop just brought up an idea. He said, what about if he goes to Baltimore?
Nah.
No, that's not a good fit for him at all.
No. Lamar's not consistent enough.
I don't know. I think if you give Lamar a legitimate number 1,
he'll make him look bad. He'll make him look bad.
He really would.
That's what I think.
More dangerous. I got a motherfucker that can go up and catch anything I throw to him.
That's Mark Andrews.
I don't see that. I mean, that would be interesting. It would be interesting. I just don't think Lamar Jackson is as good as we give him credit for.
No.
And when it comes to consistently throwing accurately.
Well, just look at his performance this past season. Yeah, he spent a lot of time injured, but when he was actually on that field, he was a fucking bum. And as to be absolutely honest, Lamar Jackson was a bum this past season when he was on the field.
He played more Michael Vick like this year.
Yeah. His backup, I think it was Huntley or whatever.
Yeah.
Not Huntley. Yeah, was it Huntley?
Yeah, Huntley.
To me, he fit the mold better than Lamar did as an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, Lamar's got to get back on track because, I mean, you give him Devontae and he can't get him the ball consistently and accurately. I mean, that's gonna be a problem.
Where I do see Devontae could possibly go, where he's got a good quarterback but a really shit team that he can help build around, is Atlanta. Him and Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's not too much different than Aaron Rodgers.
Matt Ryan is a good quarterback, but I don't see Atlanta being a good landing spot for him though.
No, because Matt Ryan's not getting enough protection out of the gate to be able to get the ball out.
They still got Calvin Ridley too. He was just hurt all year.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Ridley. Okay, well, let's move on to the next player. Another wide receiver, Chris Godwin. Where you guys think he's gonna land?
He's the kind of guy that'll land in Chicago.
That no. That's actually interesting that you said that because that's another one of the reports that Luke Getsy has reached out to. Or yeah, Chris Godwin and Calvin Ridley.
Well,
all the receivers are going to Chicago.
No, it's just that's one need that they need.
All the free agents are going to Chicago.
I think no, there's a free agent leaving
because that's the only reports he's listened to.
There's a free agent leaving Chicago. Allen Robinson is going. I believe he's going to Las Vegas.
No, he's going to Miami.
Okay.
Godwin, in my opinion, he's gonna end up either in Chicago or Miami. He's more likely to end up in Chicago. That's really the best fit for him. Miami, they need a good number, a sure number one for them in their caliber, with their caliber of receivers. And Jalen Waddle definitely needs someone that could complement him on the other side of the field.
I could actually also see Chris Godwin in the slot in Minnesota.
No, I don't think we should be. I don't know how I feel about that yet. He'll be good. If anyone goes to slot in Minnesota, it'll be Justin Jefferson. And that's because that is where he's most dangerous. But I don't see him coming to Minnesota. I don't see any of these high caliber wide receivers coming to Minnesota.
What if Godwin, because Godwin is it seems like he accepts the number 2 role.
Mm-hmm. That's why I say he should go to Miami. He'll be number 1.
He ends up in Dallas.
Ooh.
I don't want to see that. We don't need them boys. Ooh, we going to the championship.
Because Amari Cooper is out.
Well, Cowboys fans say that every year anyways.
But I'm saying Amari Cooper is out. They're going to move CeeDee Lamb to the 1.
Mm-hmm.
And you push Godwin to the 2. That could be interesting.
Yeah, it could.
It'll be really interesting. And it'll be kind of scary.
And Gallup comes back healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. That's a lot of firepower.
And you got Pollard running the ball or coming out of the backfield. Zeke needs to get traded off for a draft pick.
Yeah, Zeke just needs to move to the second string.
Yeah.
Move him to the bench. Start Pollard.
Now let's talk defense. Chandler Jones from Arizona.
Oh, he's going to Frisco.
I can see that.
I can see that as well. Where do you think he's going to end up landing?
Frisco.
Be good?
Yeah, I can see him in Frisco.
All the offensive players going to Chicago, all the defensive players going to the 49ers. That's what's going to happen.
I think Lovie Smith's going to get him. I think he's going to Houston. Lovie Smith wants to beef up that defense beyond belief. That's how you start it.
It's damn possible. I won't count that out at all. I won't count that out at all. Texas is known for getting some defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go with Frisco.
Okay.
I see Lovey going after the linebacker first. Just because of the way that I know Lovey builds his defenses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he builds his defense from the linebackers out.
More likely he'll end up with Barr that way.
I could actually really see that one right there.
Yeah. He's not on the free agency pool, but if Minnesota wants to really beef up our offensive line and get our offensive back together, best way to do that.
Some of that money on defense.
Trade off Anthony Barr, get Houston's number 1 pick or first round pick.
No, No, Barr's not worth a first round pick now.
You're a Chicago fan. You don't
Essentially,
know nothing.
you're talking number 3 overall. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
They're not giving that up.
yeah. Barr's not worth a number 1 pick.
Okay. Let's move on to the next player then.
He's been injury prone for the last couple of years. I think the most you're going to get out of Barr is maybe a 3rd round.
I disagree, but let's move on to the next player. The one that I truly believe will end up in San Fran, Von Miller.
No, I think he's going to resign with the Rams.
Me too. I think he's gonna stay in LA.
Okay. Final one on the list. Safety, Tyrann Mathieu.
I could actually see him in Houston.
No, he's done that game before. I could see him and I need a safety. I want to say I actually want to say he could go to Frisco even over. They're not going to get Jones and Mathieu. I don't think they're getting both of them, but I think they get one of those two because they can use that defensive back that help in the defensive backfield, especially after that motherfucker dropped the interception and would have sent them to the Super Bowl. But I could also see him in a lot of places, man. The safety is so shit. Everybody needs a safety.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason we re-signed Harrison Smith, the hitman, to a 4-year extension.
Shit, everybody needs a safety, man. I don't know where he ends up. I'm going. I don't know. I don't think he goes back to Houston though. He's been there, done that.
Yeah,
he's been there, done that.
I don't know. Levy has a way.
I understand, but Houston does too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm that one kind of boggles me because safety is so needed by any and everybody that he might end up right back where he started. Might end up right, but not going anywhere.
Staying right there in Kansas City?
And right there in Kansas City.
I don't know, because they're not going to have the cap space most of the other teams are going to have.
Yeah, but I mean...
And he's been lights out all season. So his value is up there. It wasn't until they got to the playoffs that he got hurt.
Hey, man, I think they're going to find a way. I think they're going to find a way to keep him, and he's going to stay in KC.
Okay. Big Ed?
I actually think he also stays in KC.
Okay.
Them ribs there is too good. God damn it. Kansas City ribs. Can't leave them motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers are good. I ain't gonna front. They are good as fuck.
Unless you like the nightlife. Unless you like the nightlife. And the reason why I think he's going to go where he's going, as a secondary reason, really, not the main reason, I think he's going to end up with Miami. Mainly because they can pay him what he wants. They need a safety more than really any other team in the league. So they're going to pay him whatever he asks. And the scenery alone, right there, gives him everything he wants. Tyrann Mathieu does not want to stay in the Midwest.
I can see that as a possibility. I can see that. I can see that as a strong possibility. Miami's not a bad landing spot.
No. But otherwise, that's it. That's all that's the top 5 free agents, in my opinion, for this offseason.
Well, hey, y'all, before we get out of here, we got one thing we got to do.
What's that?
Because we ain't done it yet.
What's that?
Super Bowl coming up, and we haven't officially made our Super Bowl picks.
I did.
I did. I made mine 2 weeks ago.
You did too. Maybe we have actually.
Oh, okay.
We all picked our own. You picked the Bengals. He picked the Rams, and I picked the Dre. I picked the halftime show.
Okay.
Because I don't give a fuck. I'm not picking the show.
Reminds me, I'm making chili.
Yeah, it's chilly outside right now.
It was raining earlier here.
Oh, we gonna have chili over here.
Yo, big ups to Bootsy Collins for making the Who Dey song about the Bengals. I don't know if y'all saw that video. But other than that, man, that's the Showdown. I want to thank y'all for joining us, man. Make sure y'all come back next week. I'm your boy, OG Tim Wilson. This is Big Ed and Wayz, and we are the crew representing the What Up The Show Radio Network. See you next time. Peace. Make sure you subscribe to the station.